Aerodrome Finance. Aerodrome had a great recovery. Trading volume's up 66%. It's up 19% over the last 24 hours. Really, over the last 7 days, it's up 3.6%, but it was just down here in the red. If you look at the month chart here, it's starting to climb a little bit, which again was bound to happen. I've kind of had this same mindset narrative when it comes to Aerodrome and any crypto project that's been in the red, right? You don't want to see any crypto that you're investing in. Again, this is just my opinion, not financial advice. Like, you don't want to see any crypto you're investing in just to shoot up 1,000%, right? And just continue shooting up, right? I think people need to understand there's things called healthy dips. And right, I mean, Aerodrome back up around 20% today. Trading volumes up 42 million. Market cap sitting just under 500 million. Keep in mind, right? Still very early, right? Still very, very early. And I think people continuing to get positions, add to their positions in Aerodrome Finance. We talk about 75,000 holders of Aerodrome Finance now currently. I mean, that should just speak volumes to the amount of people that do believe in the project and just the community behind it across the board, where the community for Aerodrome specifically is like a little bit different. Like, this is a DEX, right? So the utility is just in the project itself. There's utility, with just the project existing, essentially, right? So it's not like there's needs to be things on the horizon for Aerodrome to continue to grow the community. I think more so it's just people finding out about the project and understanding Aerodrome and how it's being built on top of Base and with Base, and it's going to grow continuing as Base grows, right? We take a look at Aerodrome's Twitter, right? Some updates, right? Aerodrome Slipstream is now live on 1inch. 1inch is the leading DEX aggregator and is now integrated Aerodrome Slipstream, enhancing trading execution on Base. Super bullish, obviously, news. 1inch, I think a lot of people know what 1inch is and understand. I guess to a degree, the level of magnitude that this is, essentially with Slipstream now being live on 1inch. I think this is good news, at least in my opinion, to say the least, when we do talk about Aerodrome and we do talk about just like bullish catalyst after kind of bullish catalyst that essentially just continues to get announced, right? It seems like there's just bullish catalyst after bullish catalyst when we talk about Aerodrome, right? But Aerodrome puts this tweet out and they put a link to a Medium article here. Aerodrome, Aerodrome, the jet engine of Base. The Base ecosystem has grown tremendously in 8 short months, and Aerodrome is at the center. Exactly this sentence right here is essentially exactly how I feel and how I continue to feel and how I think I'm going to continue to feel about Aerodrome, right? It's at the center of Base, right? And Base growing and getting bigger and bigger is going to allow Aerodrome to do the same. Now we take a look at this Medium article here. Aerodrome, the jet engine of Base. Highly recommend. I'll put a link to this article in the description below. But it just kind of breaks down what Aerodrome's all about. I think, if you're into tech and you're into the verbiage that is going to be talked about in this article, obviously it is definitely something that's interesting to read. I think most people don't understand protocols and how these things sort of work with the pools and things like that. And again, you don't need to necessarily understand those things to kind of be bullish on Aerodrome. Obviously it does help, but I think when we just take a look at this article, right? MetaDex, Aerodrome is the MetaDex combining the best of Curve, Convex, and Uniswap into a single streamlined protocol uniquely designed to serve as the primary trading liquidity of the Base ecosystem. Now, this is similar, like all this information you can find on the Aerodrome website, right? This isn't kind of anything new. Slipstream integration, etc., right? We know that is extremely bullish. But what's interesting here, right, and what I do love about this article is beyond growing the Base economy, Aerodrome's incentives engine adds a layer of resiliency to the network by retaining liquidity during periods of lower activity and enhancing strategic initiatives for the health of the ecosystem, such as essentially boosting adoption for USDC, staking, protocol, etc., rewarding builders with long-term stake on the network. Like, things like this, when it comes to Aerodrome, I think, again, continue to just be overlooked. I think, people see the price, or they see the tokenomics, they see essentially what you would call like the deflationary, or, the infinite, supply continuing to get bigger and bigger, right, with the rewards and things like that. And then they overlook like aspects and catalysts like this, right, which you see Aerodrome building right now, that is, essentially only going to get bigger and bigger when there's just more people finding out about the project and just overall more adoption when it does come down to it. So again, I don't think it can be overlooked. And again, I think many people that are serious about Aerodrome and are bullish on Aerodrome see this type of stuff. They understand it. They understand the magnitude. They're not necessarily overlooking it. But again, I just wanted to bring that to you guys, bring that to everyone's attention. Again, I do remain extremely bullish on Aerodrome. I don't think there's any reason for me not to be. I'm going to continue to cover it here. 75,000 holders strong, you guys. Please drop a like on this video, you guys. Hit the subscribe button. And as always, let's have a great day.